Hey, hi guys, Ian here from Sharp Edges in Bolton, UK. A little video here on scissor maintenance. There's a massive variety of scissors out there: convex, beveled edge, Asian fusions, small curves, Asian curve chunkers, Asian curve thinners. But as you guys are on the path of learning, obviously you've probably not come across them at the moment. So I'm just going to do a small video on how to maintain your scissors and what you actually need to look for to get them to work the best that they possibly can, based on the metal and the edge, and obviously the style, because there's different styles. You know, obviously you've got thinners, you've got sorry, bear with me, I should have done this before, but there you go. You've got texturizers, or chunkers as they're commonly known as, and they all do a different job. Obviously your texturizers have wider teeth, so therefore they take off more bulk of hair, but that doesn't mean you actually can cut deep into the coat and take loads out. You know, they're a finishing scissor, if you will. They just help to cut down the time, because the wider the teeth, the more coat it takes off. So, you know, where with these, the teeth are thinner, closer together, sorry, there's more teeth, so therefore they're going to take off less hair, and they're going to thin it and just give a slightly different, well, a different finish altogether. Then you've got your Asian curve scissors. Again, you know, you see a lot of these on the market these days. They're all for doing muzzle work and head work on a soft coat, etc, etc. So each scissor has a unique purpose, and one scissor does not do everything. I'm sure Heidi will be explaining that to you as you go through the course. It's a minefield. Different metals, like I said, you know, metals are different, but there's only actually two edges, and I'm not sure I can show you. It's hard for me to show you on camera. You've basically got what we call a bevel edge, all right? I'm not sure you can see that. See that there? That's basically a bevel, all right? And this is the most popular one groomers need. But then if you don't use a bevel, you only use a convex edge, if you will. I'm not sure you can see the difference in that one. So it's there's not really any bevel on there. It's what happens is the back edge goes all the way round to the front in like a clamshell, and that just gives you a completely different edge, and they call that a convex edge. And a convex edge is one of the sharpest edges you'll ever get on a pair of scissors, but they can go blunt very quickly too. You catch a nick, a nail, and you're pretty much going to ruin the edge. So yeah, if someone says, oh, it's a semi-convex, it's basically just a lazy man's convex. They can't be bothered doing a full convex, so they put what they call a semi-convex. It's a small bevel. So it's bevel edge, convex edge. The only two edges you actually really need to know about. In terms of cleaning them, antibacterial wipes, yeah? Very simple. Always being careful. Always watching your edge. So you work from the inside, keeping your fingers away from the actual cutting edge if you can. And the same on your other side. Obviously this is a pair of thinners, but it would be the same on a pair of straights. You're always working, obviously cleaning on the inside, cleaning the pivot area here, what we call the pivot area. This bit, clean that. And the other side, clean that, because that gets grubby. And then get yourself a little bit of kitchen paper and just wipe it off, you know, wipe off any excess. And again, just looking after your equipment. Looking after your equipment obviously gives it longevity. So the more you can actually clean them and look after them, try and keep them away from moisture, because they will rust. Doesn't matter what scissor you use, they will rust eventually. If you're going to go and work in your garage or an outhouse or conservatory, moisture will eventually eat into the metal. So try and keep them in a consistent temperature all the time. Once you clean them, you clean the inside, oil them. Sewing machine oil in a small bottle like this. Just a little drop on the inside, pivot area again, small drop, close it, do the other side, small drop. And again, what that does, it helps with this bit here. This is the most important bit. This is where the hole is. This is the pivot. If that's dirty and gritty, your scissors are going to feel dirty and gritty. So again, a little bit of oil once a week, you know, does wonders for the actual scissor action. If you don't oil it, what'll happen is it'll just go dry and then it'll be like... So a bit of oil goes a long way, all right? So it's easy to clean. A little bit of antibacterial, a bit of tissue paper, clean the inside, clean the pivot area, a bit of oil, job's a good one. Or so you think. Your next thing is you need to look at tension, okay? Your scissors have to have the right tension. These are too loose, okay? Because they're closing. There's no resistance between the two cutting edges. So you get a lot of variation in scissors. This is an easier one, just a little thumb twist. And then you'll get that one that needs a flat-headed screwdriver. Then there's also something that comes with a UFO key, and it's got a dial that you need to change. But it's all the same principle. It adjusts the tension. See how that's changed already? I've only clicked it a couple of times. Yeah? So having the right resistance on your scissors is massive. So you need to have some kind of resistance, a fall, or check for a fall. So when it drops, there's a slight gap. So I can do that again. So therefore, you've got resistance here. And that's something you need to do every few weeks because it changes. The more you scissor, it becomes a little bit loose. So just a little twist to the side and keep that resistance, and that'll give you the best cutting action for your scissor based on the style, the metal, etc, etc. All right? So cleaning them is quite easy. Setting the tension is pretty easy, and it's something you really need to do because it's imperative to make your scissors work the best they can. The next thing is these things here, the finger rings, all right? What you see a lot of groomers doing is they put the thumb through like this, and then they, you know, the scissor using the hands and the fingers and the thumb. And basically what happens is, especially with a pair like this, they push. So they put the thumb through, yeah, like that. And what that does, it pushes one blade against the other. They close it, they create a massive nick in this blade here because they catch on the teeth, always in this part. All right. So getting the scissors fit for your fingers, thumb, more importantly the thumb, is imperative. All right. So you need to make sure you get some finger rings in, like this. So just a finger ring in there, mainly on the thumb, and what it does is it stops the thumb from being pushed through, because your technique is basically using your thumb. And again, I'm sure Heidi's going to show you this anyway, but that's massive. This bit here is massive, especially on thinners and texturizers, because you'll just kill them in a split second. So making sure that this bit fits your thumb so you cannot push through, and you're just actually using your thumb as a scissor technique. All right, so right size, tension, cleaning, two edges, convex edge, beveled edge. You can see the difference, it's massive. And that's scissors done for you. All right, sorry it's gone on a bit longer. 10 minutes, I think it's okay. Any questions? Sharper Edges UK, or drop me a message at Ian Barlow on Facebook. Cheers, bye.